Hey guys, welcome back to Homestead Prepping and Survival. So I planned on doing some food storage today with my middle child, and she didn't feel well, so she didn't come over and help. But I went ahead and did all of it by myself, but I didn't record any of it. I just kind of giving you an update on what I'm doing. I'm still prepping, just like I hope you guys are. I bought another case of chicken, and thighs is my favorite, so I bought a case of thighs. Last time it was breast that I got, and the one before that was mixed, and so on and so forth. But anyway, so I went ahead and got my vacuum sealer out, and I put 9 thighs to the bag and did 8 bags. And then I did 2 small bags, one with 6 and one with 5. So you do the math, that's what I got out of a 40-pound box. But part of what I want to talk about today is prices. So several months ago when I bought, and I'm talking 4 to 6 months ago, when I bought a case, it cost you $39.90 for a 40-pound box. So you're basically paying $1 a pound with tax and all that. Then when I bought the last box a month ago, it cost me, I want to say $69 for the breast. And when I went back today and got the thighs, or yesterday actually, it cost me $64 for a 40-pound box. So from $40 to $64 plus tax. That is a lot of inflation, guys. If you're not seeing it, you're lucky in your area. But here in Southwest Georgia and most of the country, we are seeing huge amounts of inflation. It's way more than this little 8, 9, 10% that the government's saying is going on. You know, in their world, yes, the price of food doesn't matter. The price of fuel doesn't matter. And gas prices have come down. But I'm going to tell you, the only reason they came down is because he was caught selling fuel, gas, to Ukraine out of our reserves. That's a no-no. It's not supposed to happen. The reserves are for our country to run on, and with what we, get, you're looking at 1.5 to 2 years, we could run without buying fuel from anywhere, mainly for the military and defense. So critical infrastructure, that type of thing. So it came out that he was selling it to Ukraine, and then he says, well, they're going to refill the national stockpiles. Well, when he took office, the national stockpile was the highest it's ever been, or at least in, my lifetime. And now it's at the lowest point it's ever been in my lifetime. So I'm not saying he's doing a good job or a bad job. I'm just telling you, I don't like the job he's doing. Don't give a rat's butt who thinks he's doing a good job. Apparently, inflation doesn't matter to them either. But guys, you need to be prepping. And you need to be prepping now, because I guarantee you that box of chicken that I bought yesterday for $64 is going to be $70 and $75, and it's going to keep creeping up like it has been for the last 6 months. And it's not only that. I did find a good deal on some pork chops. I like pork chops and pork steak. So I bought quite a few large packs of that, and I'm going to put some of that in the freezer. Well, now I'm running into the issue. I've got a big freezer out there in my older building that I need to clean out and get refilled. And I guess I'm going to have to move that up to the top of the priority list, because my little chest freezer that I've got in the house and the refrigerator freezer, I can't put anything in anymore in them. So I'm going to have to take some stuff out to the mini barn. That freezer can hold a little more. And I'm planning on doing some canning here pretty soon of the green beans I've got in that freezer to free up more space in the freezer. Also, it'll store a lot longer with no energy, no electricity needed when you can them. So I'm going to be doing that because they've been in there long enough. I need to get them out, and I just can't eat as much as I buy. So I need to get it canned. And that'll be coming up pretty soon as well. But I was talking with my daughter, my middle child, and she was saying that her and some of her friends are fixing to get together, and they're having a couple people come over wherever they're meeting, and they're going to learn how to pressure can from some experienced canners. And they're trying to get more into it. Whether that's a great thing. And I showed her the book that I bought a month ago on that simplifies it, makes it easy for you guys. If you haven't gotten your canning supplies, your pressure canner, your water bath canner, and the things you need to do it, then I urge you to go ahead and do that now while you've got the chance to get it. Prices are not only climbing at an astronomical rate, but they're saying we're in a recession now. Well, I'm going to tell you, we all knew we were in a recession 2 or 3 months before the government come out and said we were in a recession. And we ain't far from being in a depression, and they're still rejecting the idea that we're in a recession, although the figures say we are. So you need to be prepping, and you need to be prepping hard. And like I did in my last video, I talked about prepping for your kids. Lone wolves aren't going to make it. The little bitty small groups aren't going to make it. If it's long term that we've got to deal with as far as survival, and I'm talking long term, over a year. Most people say, good Lord, couldn't think about a month. But 6 months to a year to 2 years to 5 or 10 years. If it's long term survival, you've got to plan for children to be born and the little ones that you currently have. So, do you have cloth diapers stored? Do you have the safety pin stored? Do you have the little rubber pants? I don't know if any of y'all remember it, but when I was a little child, there was a lot, they didn't have a lot of these Pampers around then. They still use cloth diapers, and you put rubber pants on the child when you put them to bed at night so they didn't soak the bed. You also can get the plastic sheet covers, or mattress covers, so you didn't, that would help. But that kind of stuff needs to be stockpiled now while you're able to get it. Yes, the price has gone up. I understand that. Availability in some items are getting slim to none. There's an old saying that says, your chances are slim and none, and Slim's packing his bags. Well, Slim's bags are packed. He just ain't got on the train yet. All you're going to be left with none. You need to be prepping, and you need to be building your MAG, your mutual assistance group. You need to be building your group up to where you've got a good, sustainable group that can not only do the gardening and the animal farming and the hunting and the fishing and, power production, reloading for ammo if you don't do that. Y'all know I do. And there's a lot of people say, well, I watched a video earlier today on an interview of a guy, and he was talking, and this is a professional, prepper, and I happen to agree with what he said, but he said you need 5 guns. And the question was asked to him, what would be, let me aim this down a little bit. What would be the first weapon someone needed to buy if they didn't have one and they were trying to have something for self-defense and, all of that crap hit the fan? And I agree with him. 12-gauge shotgun. Whatever kind it is you get, it doesn't matter. Single shot, of course, is cheaper, but it's also not a great self-defense weapon. I prefer pump shotgun because they tend to jam less. Good semi-autos are also really good. But 12-gauge, because you can shoot so many different things with that 12-gauge. Bird shot for all, or what we call bird shot, for all small game, rabbits, any type of birds, squirrels, all of that stuff. Then you can go into a medium shot, which would be like a number 4 turkey shot for larger game birds like turkeys. But then you can go to buckshot. Single aught and double aught buckshot will take down pretty much anything walking in the United States. And you can also do slugs. So one gun can do a very wide array of what you need it to do for survival. 12 gauge should be at the top of your list for your weapons. Now, also, a lot of people don't like to wear 12 gauge kicks. Okay, we'll do a 20 gauge, do a 16. Well, 16 is probably worse, but do a 410. Shotgun is what you need, though. A shotgun, whatever caliber it is you choose, and plenty of ammo for it, and preferably, and I know y'all can't see it, but my Lee loader is right here to the left. A way to reload the shells that you have and supplies for that. So you're going to need shot. You're going to need the bird shot. You're going to need buckshot. You're going to need slug. All of this stuff widens. You can get that stuff now. And you really should be focusing on that. Now, after you've got your necessity, which would be a shotgun, I would say a pistol for self-defense. Whatever type pistol it is that you prefer to use, I don't care. But I suggest you train enough and practice enough that you're fluent in whichever gun you get. Because it's very likely, if you're going through a rough situation, craps hit the fan, that you're going to find some firearms that may not be what you carry and what you use. But the caliber, most popular caliber out there is 9mm. 45 would probably be next. So choose a very popular round so that you can get ammo from other people's firearms, or empty other mags and so on. So a handgun for self-protection and defense and that thing. And then if you want to get into a little bit deeper, a bigger realm of self-defense or even offense sometimes, if you have no other choice, would be a long gun. And that can be a lever action rifle, that can be a bolt action rifle, that can be a single shot rifle, although single shots are really not good prepper items. But, or an AR style platform, semi-auto. You need to work in priority to what you've got to have. Shotgun first, handgun second, long gun third. And, if you want some precision, reach out there and touch somebody, you're going to get into the higher end bolt actions and some of the AR platforms. And then if you want, close quarters combat, you can get some shorter barreled ones that are much better for self-defense, close quarters. But I'm not going to dig in any more of that, but I'm just trying to get you to thinking, do you have all of that you have? And y'all can tell I've got my lights off in the room. I've just got the little desk light on here, and I'm sitting in front of the laptop talking to y'all because I've just finished putting up all that chicken that I bought, and I cook breakfast, and y'all know I meal prep for the week. So, I just finished cooking all my breakfast for the week, and I put it in little plates with lids, and I get it out and heat it up in the morning. But Jim Dandy grits, those of us in the South, the true Southerners, going to tell you Jim Dandy grits is about the best grits out there. Yeah, there's a lot of other brands, and I'll eat any of them, but Jim Dandy's about the best. So, I looked on Amazon, a 5-pound bag of Jim Dandy grits from Amazon is $17, almost $18. But you can still find it in the store anywhere between $3 and $5. So sometimes Amazon's not the cheapest, and that's fine. Everybody can't be the cheapest on everything, but you need to shop around and stockpile what you eat. So, I put up an extra 10 pounds of grits today. I also bought another 25-pound bag of sugar and got that put up. So that's more of a comfort thing than a necessity, but going back to getting what you need for kids, they're going to need something to do other than watch mom and daddy, aunt, uncle work the farm and pull guard duty and all of that. You're going to need school books, any kind of book you can teach a child to read with. But go to yard sales, go to thrift stores, all of those things, and pick up that kind of stuff that you can get for pennies on the dollars. Flea markets. I've bought a bunch of books from flea markets when I've attended. I just don't go as often as I used to. But you need to be getting that stuff now so that you have it when you need it. And I'm not saying if you need it anymore. There is no if. it's irreversible at this point in time. Now's the time to hunker down and bunk and prep like your life depend on it, or like your kids' life depend on it, because it does. I've had quite a few new people subscribe to the channel, and I thank y'all very much for that. I do appreciate each and every one of y'all. But, you know, I'm trying to get some of your gears going. The world isn't all hunky-dory. It's never going to be back like it was until we take care of the problems we got. The problem we got is the swamp. If they've been in office for more than 2 years, they need to go. Period. I don't care what side of the political fence they're on. If their pocketbook's getting fat and yours isn't, they need to go. But anyway, I just want to get on here and kind of unload these ideas that I've been having in my head. I'm proud that my daughter and some of her friends are wanting to get more into prepping. Actually, her and her husband and kids have bought another place that's not too far away, that they're going to be moving to as soon as they sell the house they're in. And it's in my opinion, it's one of the most perfect prepper places you could be. It's got a couple of running creeks on it, ponds, all of these things that they could set up to sustain themselves without help from the outside for a very long time. And it's a, you know, fairly large piece of land. So I wish I had the opportunity to do what they're doing. I can't fault them. I hate the fact that they're moving away from me when they're a mile away, but I don't mind driving 20, 25 minutes to go see my kids every other day, or whenever it is I can, because, you know, I don't want to overwear the welcome. But guys, you need to build your group. You need people to do stuff. 5 people, 6 people, 10 people, it's not enough. If your group's less than 12 people, it's not enough. Not if you're planning on having to defend that place one day, and you should be if you're not. If you figure a triangle, okay, here, 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 and back, and your property's in the middle of it, that's a minimum of 3 people that need to be on security duty, at least at night. I'd say bare minimum 1 front and back during the daytime. If you're going to do that, that's 3 people a day times 7 days a week. That's 21 people, or 21 shifts. So you could do it with, you know, 3 people, but you're going to get burned out. You're going to get exhausted. And how are you going to do the farming? How are you going to do the you know, raising the animals and the harvesting of food and all of that? How are you going to do that if your 3 people are out there pulling security guard or duty all the time? So think a little bit deeper. I know I'm running a little longer than I expected to be on this video, but guys, it is important. There is no if we're in a recession anymore. We are in a recession, and we are very, very close to being in a real depression that most people alive today have never seen. Not in this country. So I urge y'all, please think about your plans. What if? If you plan for the worst case scenario and it's not that bad, great. But if you plan for it to be, you know, it's going to be a little rough and it's terrible, you did it all for nothing. So guys, thank y'all very much for watching the videos, and those of you that have subscribed, I thank you very much. I looked a little while ago when we were at 132. This is Sunday evening. I've got a video already made and edited and all that I've got to upload in the morning. I wanted to do it over the weekend. I just wasn't able to do that. So I'll get it uploaded first thing in the morning, so y'all will have the normal Monday, Thursday video. And this video is probably going to be uploaded for sometime during the week, or maybe my Thursday, because working out in the field now instead of the office, I have a lot less time to make videos and upload videos. So I'll probably upload this one for Thursday. But guys, I thank y'all very much. Remember the two things that I always tell you, and it's more important than anything else. Jesus Christ loves you. And I'm going to stop right there for a second and tell y'all, if you do not know Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, you need to. He's the only one that can save us. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe. Be prepared.